I really learned of professional disc golf by watching the 2003 USDGC. And so this place doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot only because I won here, but it really kind of brought me into wanting to be a professional. So yes, it means a lot to me because I've won my biggest titles here, but it also means a lot because I feel like because of this tournament, I am the player that I am today. My name is Schusterick. I'm a three-time United States Disc Golf Champion, and I'm here at the 2023 United States Disc Golf Championship and here to play. It's definitely a different perspective because I'm used to going to a tournament to feel like I have a chance of winning. As I get older, I realize one of my favorite quotes is that expectation lays the road for heartbreak. And I really feel like expectation for me has gone out of my head. Really, I just like to come out and put everything I have into every shot during the round. Don't have an expectation that I'm going to get a top 20. Not that I don't enjoy and love that kind of stuff, but you really realize how much you do or do not love something when it is attached to another piece. And right now, disc golf is not attached to anything. It's not my income. It's not something that I live to tour and travel to play all these tournaments. And I can really take a step back and realize why I got into the sport, why I love it. And I don't have to be amazing or shoot a 1100 rate around to love playing disc golf. I even said to my wife a couple days before I left, played a tournament, didn't play well, week before USDGC, and I sent her a message, maybe I shouldn't go because it seems kind of like it could be a waste of time and waste of money. And then I regretted saying it because I don't want to have something that I'm only attached to because I'm good at it. I want to be attached to disc golf because I just love it. And I love being out here already. I've enjoyed practicing and playing. I want to really make this something that I never miss for the rest of my life.
First try.
I've had the first tee shot jitters for every single tournament I've ever played out here, especially when they call your name. You know, you're going to throw it and you're either going to hit the tree, you're going to land short, you're going to miss a putt eventually. Like, you just do it, right? Like, you put everything you can into the shot and then you just kind of go on to the next one. And it's easy to say, but that's kind of how I look at it.
Very difficult course, very mentally challenging. I remember last year, I was just mentally exhausted, more than physically. I was just like so happy to be done with once I tapped my putt in for the win. So I think, I think just coming back is, I'm cherishing every moment right now.
What is it like returning as the United States Disc Golf Champion of 2022, but you're in 2023?
Yeah, a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure we got going on. A lot of players coming up, and it's a lot harder to win. It feels like consistently these days.
Gannon,
yeah.
Is there any extra pressure
with you playing the
title
tournament
now that I'm here?
Yeah.
You're a lifelong idol.
There's a lot more pressure. I mean, I think you're going to see me and Will 10 strokes ahead of the field the final day easily, and it's going to be a battle. It's because we throw mids really far and like really flat. Landing soft in the fairways is really important here.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
That's all you have?
What else would I say?
You can have the short, young man answer, and I'll have the in-depth, like adult version answer. I think that what gives an advantage to somebody out here is somebody that can throw far, but also be able to throw a mid-range and a putter far, to elaborate on your answer. So being able to throw mid-ranges and putters far that don't skip and land flat gives you an advantage over somebody who throws flex backhand drivers.
That's what I do. Same thing. I'm just throwing a lot of straight mids, and it's kind of just depending on the wind. Like if it's windy, then you got to play a little safer. If no wind, then it's actually pretty easy to, I feel like, go aggressive if you're feeling good about your throw.
Yeah, shot selection goes a long way. Like risk reward, being able to like manage if you're going to go for a shot or go for a like
all the stroke and distance holes, like hole 12. If you're not in the perfect position, you just lay it up, because I've seen a lot of people take a lot of big numbers because you just keep rethrowing and it adds up real fast. The biggest part of my game that I tried to kind of mimic yours off of was my backhand drive. Not necessarily like the shot shapes that we throw, because I do throw a lot of flex shots, which I remember you were kind of more of a hyzer flip player, just maybe a little bit. But I think in terms of just the way the form looks, it's pretty similar. A little bit. What do you mean? What do you mean? No. We look the exact same when we throw. Not anymore. But we used to.
Yeah.
When I was 10 and you were like 23, we looked the exact same.
Yes. Identical.
I'd say we're gonna have a ton of young people pretty much ruling the sport.
It's gonna continue to get younger.
Yeah, but also at the same time, I don't know, I think the field's just gonna be deeper. I think like to be like, honestly, even on tour, you're gonna have to probably be 25 years, you'll probably have to be like almost 1040 rated in terms of like now skill level.
Yeah.
Obviously the ratings will probably fluctuate,
Yeah.
but I think just the overall skill level, it will just be so much more dense as more players come in. You know, a ton of these European kids are throwing so far already. If they can dial that in and really just work on every aspect of the game.
Yeah, the players now aren't necessarily substantially
better,
but there's
more
so many
of them.
more of them that is just
That's like back then it's like, you know, one guy played bad, oh, he's out of it. There's not another guy to come and take the title away, but now it's like one guy's gone, another guy replaces him, and it kind of
immediately.
Yeah.
We're out here at the 2023 United States Disc Golf Championship, and I just played my first round. Was nervous before the first hole, and just wanted to get off the first tee box and get going. And then, of course, once you get your first birdie, it's always kind of nice to keep rolling from there too. I would say that it was right on kind of where I would be okay with shooting. I think that's a good way to put it. I think under par just in general out here, because the course is so tough and there's so many ways to get in trouble on almost any hole, and there's not a lot of ways to pick up strokes. I was fairly happy with how I played. I feel like it's a couple strokes away from being able to shoot a little bit better, but I feel like I have a good game plan for the course, and I think anything under par out here is a decent round, so I am happy with it. Yeah, so it's hard to putt right-handed for me because my shoulder is really messed up, so it's hard to like raise my arm whenever like your putting motion is. So it's like, you know, if you're gonna turn your shoulder in and do the putting motion, then it really kind of hurts my shoulder. It doesn't hurt to throw backhand in this direction, but I've been practicing lefty for a little over a year and really just doing that extensively and only, and just really committing to it. And played a lot of other sports, left and right-handed, it's not like too crazy for me. There's just so many options out there, you know. You might go down to like a fine Olive Garden experience, or super fancy Chick-fil-A, or not really. I'd never go to Olive Garden. I'm not really in the mood for Chick-fil-A. I'm in the mood for like it's something incredibly healthy somewhere. I really learned of professional disc golf by watching the 2003 USDGC, which is on a VHS. For those that don't know what a VHS is, it's a big square block that you would watch videos on. That video from the local disc golf store, Pluto Sports in Knoxville, Tennessee, And I would watch that all the time. I would watch it almost on repeat. It was essentially just highlights of the 2003 USDGC. Ken Climo and Barry Schultz went into a playoff. That's really where I learned about like the professional level side of disc golf. All respect to Kenny and Barry, but it's kind of crazy because I was just talking about 2003 USDGC, right? And I watched them play off for the championship. And when they said, would you like to be in a skins match with Kenny and Barry? It's kind of like, wow, that's a crazy reflection moment, almost total full circle. Yeah, this is the last round of the USDGC. Every round was pretty similar. I didn't have a lot of ups or a lot of downs. Didn't finish great, but it's all right. I had a lot of fun. Glad I came out here and competed. I have to go back to work tomorrow. And then kind of the fall, or I guess you could call off season for tournaments, which is kind of nice, but it's always busy at work. So it'll be fun times, taking a couple days off and then going back at it.